50 years of absolute silence. 2 miles beneath the surface, in the crushing silt of the Atlantic shelf, a relic of the 20th century remains locked in a coral tomb. Time and pressure have turned steel into stone. Over 5 decades, the ocean has tried to digest this machine, wrapping it in layers of calcium, salt, and forgotten history. A deep-sea drone, operating in its specialized recovery mode, cuts through the eternal darkness. Its searchlights slice the murk to reveal a ghost, the silhouette of a 1977 Chevrolet Camaro. It is no longer a machine, but a calcified monolith of the deep. It stands as a silent testament to a forgotten industrial era, waiting for the light of the surface. As the recovery crane hauls the wreckage into the harsh daylight of a specialized R&D hangar, the mature reality of the past meets the advanced technology of 2026. The master steps forward. He wears worn, top-grain yellow leather gloves, his only direct link to this iron specter. We hear the sharp, satisfying crunch of a steel scraper. Barnacles crack and fall, exposing scales of rusted mirror yellow paint. This isn't just metal, it is half a century of industrial history, heavy and scarred, waiting for a spark to bridge the gap between 2 eras. Inside the hangar, the air is thick with the scent of ozone and old oil. The maturity gap is palpable here, the smell of 1970s combustion meeting the sterile hum of 2026. An engineer attempts to manually crank the crankshaft, frozen by decades of salt and sea. Resistance. Total mechanical gridlock. Then, the old world finally breaks. A massive short circuit, a brilliant violet arc, illuminates the facility. The metal doesn't melt, it screams with mechanical life. There is no liquid shifting here, only pure high-torque kinematics. The spark has triggered a legacy protocol hidden deep within the rust-covered chassis. Doors twist outward to become powerful limbs. The hood recedes into the structure of a massive shoulder girdle. This is the brutal transformation of mature steel into a broken, salt-covered humanoid form. A 4-meter-tall Titan of 1977 stands before us, its internal gears rotating with the screech of long-dormant metal. It is a violent rebirth, signaling the dawn of a new industrial shift where machines no longer just operate, they begin to perceive and react to their master's presence. The restoration is no longer a simple repair. It has become a surgical operation on a grand scale. To bridge the widening gap between eras, we must strip away 50 years of Atlantic decay, molecule by molecule. The master employs industrial ultrasonic brushes tuned to specific frequencies to vibrate the stubborn salt deposits from the robot's cybernetic joints. Beneath the grime, the intricate clockwork of a forgotten century begins to emerge. Every vibration is calculated, every stroke is deliberate. Our macro optics capture the moment of transformation, rust turning into fine dust under the cleansing photonic beam of a laser. This is more than maintenance. It is the literal liquidation of the maturity gap. We are systematically removing the remnants of an old world to carve out space for a new, agentic intelligence. Yet human hands are no longer sufficient for this level of reconstruction. Enter the autonomous assembly arms, the silent sentinels of the modern hangar. Moving with a precision of a fraction of a millimeter, these machines support the heavy, pitted limbs of the Titan. They exhibit a repeatability of plus or minus 0.025 millimeters, holding the massive weight of history perfectly still, while the master's hands perform the delicate work within the frame. Every joint is lubricated with synthetic compounds. Every piston is recalibrated for high-torque kinematics. The master manually replaces the rotted, oxidized copper wiring with pulsing violet fiber optic nerves. We see the striking contrast, the scarred, mature steel of 1977 being grafted onto the sleek black carbon fiber exoplates of 2026. These plates are not merely armor, they are the physical interface for the machine's new motor intelligence. This is not just a repair, it is a profound evolution. The machine is relearning how to feel the physical world, processing data to reason about its own positions and movements in real time. Every bolt tightened, every sensor aligned, is a step toward an environment that can perceive, decide, and increasingly act with total autonomy. We are witnessing the fusion of mature industrial heritage with young digital nodes. The rough, honest texture of the original 1977 frame is now reinforced by the crystalline precision of 21st century engineering. This is where the legend is rebuilt, 1 micron at a time. We are ensuring that this ancient steel cannot just survive, but actively withstand the intense workloads and high bandwidth demands of the future. Now we reach the absolute core of the machine. The iron mind is ready for its permanent home. The master's hands, steady and precise, reach into the central logic hub to install the primary processor. This is a next-generation neural unit, built on a cutting-edge 2-nanometer process that utilizes gate-all-around architecture to defy the limits of the past. This chip is the most powerful asset for modern operations, an intelligent agent designed to do more than just follow instructions. It is built to plan, decide, and execute complex multi-step tasks entirely without human supervision. It is the bridge between a connected operation and an environment that can truly perceive and act. Next comes the heart of the Titan. A massive power coupling is locked into high-density energy modules. This is a monumental storage system, providing 1.2 megawatts of instantaneous energy capacity, the same technology currently powering the world's most advanced autonomous infrastructures and massive AI data centers. As the current flows into the ancient frame, the maturity gap finally closes. The scarred steel of the 20th century begins to pulse with the high-frequency vibration of the future. The ghost has found its lifeblood. As the green status indicators begin to pulse in a steady rhythm, the awakening is complete. Under the master's watchful eye, the robot performs its first complex motor calibration. Mechanical fingers clench slowly, sensing the torque with micron-level precision. Optical sensors shift and adjust their focal planes, mapping the hangar in a high-resolution reasoning tree. The Titan is no longer a relic of a lost era. It has become a living, breathing extension of the 2026 industrial landscape. The exterior must now reflect the power within. The beauty must be as deep as the intelligence. An automated robotic line applies 8 layers of mirror yellow paint. Macro physics capture the static charge as tiny droplets merge into a flawless, liquid glass surface. The light of the hangar doesn't just hit the car, it becomes part of it. The master returns for the final touch. He manually applies the charcoal black racing stripes, ensuring a razor-sharp edge that respects the extreme tolerance of the frame beneath. This is the human element in an automated world, the final seal of quality. He buffs the hood until it becomes a black mirror, reflecting the master's own smile and the entire industrial architecture above. The transformation is nearly final. The humanoid Titan begins its last mechanical dance, folding its massive frame. Panels slide, gears lock with a precise click, and the 1977 silhouette is reborn into the aggressive aerodynamic shape of the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro. The past has been fully integrated into a coherent, long-term architecture. The cabin ignites with a soft, violet glow. A high-bandwidth HUD interface flickers across the windshield. Through a dedicated, ultra-fast gateway, the car establishes a flawless orbital sync with the global satellite network. It is no longer just a vehicle. It is a mobile node in a vast, intelligent grid. The airlock doors slide open to reveal the scorched asphalt of the Texas test track. The master, standing in the doorway, removes his grease-stained yellow gloves. His work is finally done. He watches as the Camaro, now a fully autonomous agent, rolls silently into the blinding sunlight, accelerating into the infinite future. On the screen, the final log appears. Protocol Orion, Legacy awakened, mission in progress.